Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to week 5 of ECAC College Football 25. I'm your host, Sandwich. Adonis on your screen right now. It's got us on board in a hurry with his Georgia Bulldogs. Excuse me as we get the scoreboards up on screen at the moment here. Alrighty, so Adonis starting us off hot. Quick 3 and out on the defensive side of the football here. Now off the return, looking to turn the corner, can't quite do so. We are on the beautifully wacky Boise State field here for game 1 on the all blue turf. Adonis coming in with something to prove, leaving the undefeated ranks of the College Football 25 season last week because of a forfeit W. Certainly looking to put this game away early. Call it a scheduling mishap and nothing more here. See what he's got on 1st and 10. Play action. It's got some time and space. Man open right down the middle. A juke pass. The first tackle going to get him out to midfield. Once again, shout out Adonis for muting the commentators out here, as we'll be catching the remainder of our matches here. We've got MunDayne, Sneezy. We double checking if Monster's streaming the game. Little play action, trickeration there. A man on the move, streaking down the left sideline all the way to the touchdown. 2 plays is all Adonis need to get scoring started for the Eagles. We talked about it, these crossing routes, so very dangerous. We've seen many of our post-university Eagles use them to great effect throughout the semester. Very similar routes. Adonis connecting on him twice in 2 tries to get him on the board first here in game 1. The possession arrow going his way here, as the Knights did have possession of the football to start the game. Underrated aspect of today, all the mascots are humans. We have the Bellarmine University Knights up against Adonis on your screen at the moment. MunDayne is up against the University of the Cumberlands, the UC Patriots. Sneezy up against the NWOSU, that's Northwestern Oklahoma State University Rangers. Navy, whose matches off stream, is up against the Bishop Gaming Association Battling Bishops. Monsters up against the St. Clair Saints. Adonis forcing a drop. We have 3rd and short. Adonis eyeing that short pass. He had the one on the middle. Bellarmine throwing 2 of those short curl routes. Adonis can't be in 2 places at once, and the Knights have got a first down. A lot of time under center for Bellarmine. Forced to go underneath for the short gain. No big bang plays here. A lot of short gains, a lot of runs, passes underneath. Adonis put a lot of pressure. Again, double curl routes. Adonis is not watching these on the outside of the football. Bellarmine looking to occupy the eyes of Adonis here. Takes a lot of wherewithal either to get the linebacker to the proper spot or use her out to the corner. So far, Bellarmine taking advantage as they hit just about midfield at the 47-yard line. Adonis once again under center. Couple linemen for the block here. Not going to be good for the first down. 3rd and short once more for the Eagles. Let's see what Bellarmine have got here on 3rd and 1. It's important to note this is a different Bellarmine University player than the one Adonis played pretty close in week 3. So this is a different Bellarmine U player. First and 10 after the short conversion. Good for a gain of 4. Nickel and diming, matriculating their way upfield. Adonis so far is yet to find an answer. Looking for an answer here. on second and short. Pass right up the middle to the tight end. Gonna be good for the first down. The matriculation continues for the Knights. We'll stay for this defensive possession for Adonis before we go checking out the rest of our post-university Eagles on the docket for tonight. Again, a whole lot post-university college football 25 action. Adonis not falling for the play fake. He sees the man rolling down the middle. Not this time. Time and time again, do not throw to that man. Adonis forced the drop earlier this possession. Later downfield comes up with the interception. Adonis looking real good to start the matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what he's got on first down. A one-play touchdown. We'll stick with him for just a little bit. Blown up under center. And that'll do it for the Adonis experience for just a little bit here, folks, as we'll look to see how the rest of our post-university Eagles are doing here. On board with MunDayne, not quite as colorful of a field. Not that that's the worst thing on planet Earth, as right as we switch on the way to him. MunDayne going all the way for the score. On his Texas Longhorns. Been a signature here for MunDayne. That's been his primary. Looks like he's had to respond to the UC Patriots attack here, tying us up at 7 apiece. MunDayne very cool, calm, and collected. We got the gaming chair out, but little dinner mid-game never hurt nobody. It's a best of 3. Got to bring a couple of secondaries out here if you've got it. Not the kickoff MunDayne had wanted. See MunDayne doing some experimentation. We saw last week in the Madden stream. Not afraid to get tricky on special teams. That time it burns them. Gonna give the Patriots a head start here at about the 40-yard line. Again, that middle linebacker play. MunDayne motioning him into the outside. The out route. Gonna be good for the first and more for the Patriots.
Dreaded game manager label to playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman.
First and 10. MunDayne attacks the A gap. Instead, Patriots go right up the middle for the gain of 8. Second and short for the Patriots. Rarefied air for these two players. Not too many folks undefeated at this point in the season. MunDayne, his UC Patriots opponent here, looking to stay that way with this best of 3. A man streaking downfield. MunDayne's got some pressure. Going to force Milroe to scramble. It's going to be enough for the first down. Jalen Milroe, a familiar sight throughout this semester. One of the top teams you'll see players bring out because of that scrambling ability. You can never forget about that man under center. And even when you've got a QB spy, you've got an extra man, the user as well. Hitting Milroe just that much faster. He's already hot. Gonna get a slight statistical boost. He's rolling. Streaking outside. Gonna get the 1 foot you need inbounds. A little bit easier to get these toe taps in college football 25. And then giving up a big one. Gonna be playing defense at the 5-yard line. MunDayne had his fair share of close ones. Week 3 going to overtime. 2 one-possession victories for MunDayne in week 3 of college football 25. Close 8-point affair or 1-score game in his Madden contest last week as well. That's how you want to start the possession on first and goal. TFL for a loss of 5. We'll watch this defensive possession and see about catching Sneezy's start against the NWOSU Rangers. Another run on 3rd and goal. Or on 2nd and goal, rather. Going to make it 3rd and goal. Hurry up offense. Patriots see something out there. Looking to take advantage here. No huddle. Don't give him a time to adjust here. That quick route. 4th and 1. What are the UC Patriots going to do? MunDayne watching on the top left corner of your screen. We'll see the opposing formation come up. No field goal unit. Quarterback going to stay on the field for the Patriots. MunDayne defense got to hold strong here at the 1-yard line. Goal line stand for MunDayne. On the lineman, looking to get right into the action. Get right at the running back. A goal line stand for MunDayne. He's hyped. Locking up the very last blades of grass he had between him and the touchdown. Ice in his veins with a chance to take the lead here. Just like Adonis, we'll give him the one play. Does he got a one-play touchdown in him? We've seen huge gains out of MunDayne before. He's got a step and he's out on the edge. To the 40. One man to beat. It's a foot race, but no one's catching that man. He gives up at the 40-yard line. MunDayne going end zone to take the lead. Oh my goodness. 96 rushing yards. The length of the field for that man. MunDayne takes the lead. Oh my goodness. One heck of a way to respond as we get the noodles back in. Take a break. MunDayne surely earned it. We'll take a brief transition. See how Sneezy's doing. Amazing start. Adonis rolling in game 1. He's up 28-0. We get right in just at the right time. Believe that's Sneezy on Ohio State. He's like that Ohio State offense. We saw it exclusively last week. So it was the BigSneezy show. Last week as MunDayne had the stream down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Going to the running game.
Out to the outside. Against Northwestern Oklahoma State University. NWOSU. Say that 5 times fast. As a bit earlier in the game for Sneezy. But he's coming in with an undefeated streak to protect as well. He's also coming in 4-0 as his NWOSU opponent, who notably took the forfeit win victory that we've been alluding to against Adonis last week. It's always the question when you're coming into these matchups, as when you're facing an opponent with these forfeit W's, how real is this team? Only a 7-week regular season. Especially with this format, you're wondering how real they are with a couple forfeit W's under their belt. Gonna be good enough to force the drop that time. It'll get Easy back on the defensive side of the football. Looks like his first trip downfield gonna go empty.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the play fake on first down.
Play action, the rollout for Ewers. You're running out of football. Running out of field, rather. Excuse me. So we've got a pause. Perhaps an adjustment going on for the NWOSU Rangers. Not happy with what they're seeing so far. They're surely going behind the curtain here. That will be our cue to transition off of BigSneezy. We will certainly be back with his matchup in just a little bit. In the meantime, we'll give you the visual aid to what I was referring to earlier. Adonis is dominating. Don't throw at that man. Another dangerous throw. Daring Adonis to make a play on the football. He's clearly made plenty. Up 28-0 in the second quarter. Adonis all over that one yet again. Schematically, the user, everybody on that one there. Adonis looking to take this pick six all the way to the house. 51-yard pick six. Don't throw in a triple coverage, especially when Adonis is one of those users there coming up with the interception, going all the way to the score. 35-0. And again, that same question we talked about with NWOSU, Bellarmine's certainly asking that question right now. What kind of Adonis were they going to be getting? What kind of team is Adonis coming out with? A forfeit L on their schedule? Clearly not one to be messed with. As we mentioned, a scheduling error and nothing more for Adonis here, as they are looking real good. We'll run up that right gap. Settle for a gain of 3. See if Adonis can't come up with another takeaway. Is that a timeout? 2-minute timeout, excuse me. Not watching the clock there. Thought we saw a timeout coming out for Bellarmine. Instead, it'll be the 2-minute warning for this first half. Again, Adonis coming up with that football to start the second half. A huge sack. Gonna bring us to 3rd and long. 3rd and 14 to be exact for the Bellarmine Knights. Far from easy. I think Adonis can sniff it. A safety on the horizon if he can get his hands on the quarterback here. A lot of patience from Bellarmine. You need something to go your way, even if it is just to not give up the safety. And instead, oh, it's a sack at the 1-yard line. Surely the punting unit going to come out here. We talk about waving the white flag early, especially in this format, as you need to just maybe punt on the first game. Hope your opponent doesn't have a good secondary in their back pocket. Punting unit coming out at the 1-yard line. We'll watch this return. We'll get back to the rest of your post-university Eagles as Adonis looking to cruise a victory in game 1. We'll, of course, come back. We'll look to catch that final score. MunDayne and BigSneezy all tied up. Although just as I say that, BigSneezy able to punch one in. First score of the game for the BigSneezy. 7-0. Meanwhile, MunDayne tied up at 2 scores apiece, 14-14. So a close match may go down to the wire. We will certainly catch that. We'll go to the end of the quarter here for BigSneezy before making the swap.
Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Dangerous throw. Those curl routes continuing to be a factor in this NWOSU offense. Watching the short route. Instead, it's going to be a deep ball. Sneezy's all over this one. Has a chance to come away with it, and he does. Moving down the right sideline. Are we going to see the curl back? The juke move. Looking to get to the middle of the field. Gets caught up before he can turn that corner. Sneezy looking to take control of this game here. Could take a 2-score lead. We'll give the same benefit of the doubt. 1 play on offense for BigSneezy before we make the swap. Do we have a 1-play score in mind for the BigSneezy? Instead, it'll be a throw to get out of the sack. And we'll have 2nd and 10. That'll be our cue to swap, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys are open vertically down the field. I gotta hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Williams.
Oh, down the right sideline. I don't know if MunDayne able to put out the fire. He's still up here. First timeout for MunDayne here with 1:36 left in the second. MunDayne's looking to get the football back. We did not watch the start of their game. We don't know where the possession arrow goes here.
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can.
Your MunDayne, you want all kinds of points. Of course, you want to settle for a stop here. We saw him make a goal line stand earlier. 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line. Another timeout coming out for MunDayne. The Patriots, the UC Patriots want under center. They can bring us not quite to halftime, but incredibly close with no timeouts. MunDayne getting right at the quarterback. And that'll be the last of the timeouts for MunDayne here on 3rd down.
It's still 3rd and goal.
Their MunDayne dream scenario, they drop back to pass, throw an incompletion. That'll be just what the doctor ordered here. MunDayne looking to nurse this short field position on defense. 3rd and goal from the 10.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
Looking at the pass underneath. The pass goes right to the secondary.
And they'll drag him down.
Forget throwing an incompletion. How about throwing an interception? MunDayne's got the football. Now that's what the doctor ordered for sure. Game is far from, half is far from over. Excuse me. MunDayne gonna have a lot of field to go to and no timeouts to work with. Gonna stretch the playbook out for sure. Let's see how MunDayne is able to get out of bounds here, throw incompletions, get out of bounds. We talked about these crossing routes all season. Surely going to see some of that here. Ewer's going to step up into the pocket, going to throw the short gain. Tackled before he can get out to the sideline. They need that hurry up offense. You see no true clock. MunDayne coming out in real time here. Get set up as fast as possible. See a man streaking out to the right sideline. Getting out of bounds at just short of midfield at the 43 with a minute left to play in the half.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down.
MunDayne, the short gain, those underneath routes always going to be a factor when you're running this kind of offense. When you're running this kind of stop the clock at all costs offense. We talked about these deep crossers. But these short out and in routes to get out of bounds going to be so important as well. See, it looks like the running back will be the option. Got the slot receiver working out of bounds as well. Stepping up into the pocket, brought down before he can make the throw. MunDayne can't believe it. He had some options open. Looked like he had the running back to the outside, the left sideline. More junior, number 0. Right bumper on your screen. Looked like he had some open grass as well. We're going to get the exact same motion for that receiver. MunDayne going to go back to the well. Going to go back out of bounds. MunDayne going to move the chains.
Stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
They go underneath now, over the top of the defense for the 1st down and more. Certainly worth, if you're going to take one chance to not stop the clock, might as well get right into the red zone here. 1st and 10 from the 15 for MunDayne. Looking to score on their way out of the half. They've got a man downfield with a step, but it's dropped. MunDayne cannot believe it. Looked like it hit the hands. We're going to see it on the replay. Just barely going to get cut off. Excellent pass for MunDayne. One of those plays. Had multiple right answers on that test. He had the drag route underneath open as well. Went boomer bust, and it'll be 2nd and 10. This time the man to the outside. Blown up before he can get out of bounds. And here comes that hurry up offense. Don't be afraid. A little intentional grounding. A flag, maybe a man offsides. Possession or the penalty may stop the clock. It'll be offensive offsides, excuse me. MunDayne gonna get just that much closer to the end zone. More importantly, the penalty gonna stop the clock.
I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
MunDayne about 2 plays to his name, maybe 1. If it's running clock here, a whole lot of time for MunDayne, but nobody's open. Hurry up offense. Not too much time for any audibles. Gonna have to snap as soon as you can. Able to get it off. Gonna rifle it right to the defense. Last play of the half. As long as you don't throw a pick 6. Although it's dangerous. One man, MunDayne 1-on-1. Ewer's not able to get their hands on the quarterback. Not how you want to end a half. Collapse on the offensive end for MunDayne. A pick 6, 93 yards. Going the other way on the last play of the half. That is a tough one. Me and MunDayne, the exact same reaction. Not how you want to end the half. The only play that could hurt you for points is a 93-yard pick six. The stars aligning in the worst way for MunDayne to end the half. Not what you want to see if you're MunDayne. We'll take a brief break. I just want to double check real quickly if Adonis is still going crazy. He's up 56-0. Insane. We will leave the MunDayne game for just a little bit here. BigSneezy approaching the end of their half. Getting down to just under a minute. A whole lot of timeouts still in play here.
On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
Sneezy under center. Still 3 timeouts. A lot of flexibility. He sees his man's got a step. Give him an inch. He's going to go all the way for the score. That go route on the left sideline. Whole lot of lethal receivers on this Ohio State squad. BigSneezy getting everybody in the proper spots for the score. 14-3, a lower scoring affair than our other 2 games. But BigSneezy firmly in the driver's seat as we approach the end of the first half.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Sneezy unleashing some chaos, getting right at the quarterback. Not going to be a sack. That throw out of the sack we talk about all season. It'll just be 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped. Sneezy coming up with a turnover. Oh my goodness. He's got NWOSU in the mind prison. He thought about the curl route underneath. He saw the user motion over to the curl route. They're saying in their head, I can't throw it that way. Meanwhile, BigSneezy's already got the defenders motioning in to that route on the left sideline. No one helping out on the block. BigSneezy still able to turn the corner for the first down, juking back in for a couple more yards. Defensive mastery out of the BigSneezy. And one heck of a run here on 1st and 10. Right on the end zone. BigSneezy poised to leave with a couple of extra points here at the end of the half. Oh, gotta get this football out. Instead, it'll be a huge TFL. A sack for a loss of 14. Not going to see any of these corners playing these receivers too closely here at 2nd and 24. A long bomb. It's early incoming. The short out route. Not even going to make it out of bounds. Easy still in field goal range as long as we don't have a calamitous pick six. Instead, the fade route. Oh, and it's picked off. No pick six, but no points for BigSneezy at the end of the first half here. The fade route gets snatched up by the defense. Looked like a foregone conclusion. The receiver had a step, but it was thrown short. And that's not where you want to throw the football. BigSneezy's got his secondary lying in wait. The man looks wide open until you spot it's a zone defense. It's a trap. And BigSneezy takes the football right back. 7 seconds in a timeout. You got to throw something quick, but you might have a chance to score a touchdown and get a field goal. If the run play doesn't go your way, instantly bring out the timeout. Instantly bring out the field goal unit. There it is. All's well that ends well for BigSneezy, especially as he'll be starting with the football here in the second half coming up. Commentators curse. We said BigSneezy wasn't going to leave with points. Took matters into his own hands, getting an interception 2 plays after giving one up. Leaving with a field goal. And excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, as BigSneezy must have gotten us started so fast. I had assumed he had the possession arrow in his favor based on him playing defense so early in that first quarter. Seems I was incorrect. He'll be starting off on defense once more. We'll watch this first defensive possession. We'll check in on Adonis score-wise as well. BigSneezy locked in. He went all in on the quarterback. Opens the window for that reception and the first down.
What plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get
Play action. The quarterback going to stay under center. Quick pitch out. Going to defuse that one. More adjustments coming out of NWOSU, and that will be our cue, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll take a brief stop at the Adonis show. I say brief, and you will see why. Adonis cooking with gas right now, ladies and gentlemen. 63-0. The highest score we have seen so far this semester. BigSneezy's done it twice. 80-7. Adonis not too far behind, dropping 73-8.5. Always got to add that asterisk because that was an insane scoreline to see in a halftime. Adonis not quite on pace to break that record, but still looking real good regardless. Throwing it right to that defender, lying in wait in the zone. Adonis not able to bridge that gap. But these zone defenders, again, the routes look open until you see these defenders out in the secondary, lying in wait. Magic working for Adonis that time. Throwing it right underneath that zone defense. That's what you got to do. If you're under center, Adonis understands that to a T. So easy for those crossing routes just to get right underneath these deep zone coverages. These two deep safeties. Mincemeat for Adonis in this game. Got the man underneath. You've got a large rollout. You've got a man. Deja vu for Adonis. Makes a couple of men miss all the way to the 1 yard line. That's just stick work. You don't need to... No juke animation. No spin move. Just a little left to right juke. Would have forced two defenders to miss. Got him in prime scoring position. The run from the 1 yard line. 70 zip. For Adonis. Game 1 against Bellarmine. Don't want to be a Bellarmine Knight if you're up against Adonis this semester. 2-0'd another Bellarmine player in week 3. Doing so again. Mr. Bananas here in week 5. That'll be our stop on the Adonis train. We will be there to hopefully catch the final score if we don't get an early forfeit. Games looking pretty close here. We will get on board with MunDayne. Their game getting just a little bit more comfortable. If you're MunDayne here, 35-21 is your score.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
MunDayne locked in on one of the free safeties. Rare footage of MunDayne on a safety. We've seen so many of these players prioritize that middle linebacker position. That's why you want to be on the safety. That's all on MunDayne. He understands that. He had a chance to make that play. Force of habit, looking to go for those underneath routes.
Big plays down the field, you get it to him, you know it.
Gives up the pass through the air to about midfield.
Start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mention, you know they can run right by you and hit those home runs, and so far he's making some big plays in this ball game.
Oh, Milroe under center and brought down. No one open. That's the thing about throwing to avoid the sack. You got to have somebody open or be ready to throw that intentional, not intentional grounding pass out of bounds. UC not ready to do either, and they're pinned deep. 2nd and 23, and one play is all they need to move the chains. 1st and 10, and we're right back to where we started. 43-yard line for the UC Patriots.
That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run.
Another more hands on the quarterback. The 4th sack of the game for MunDayne.
Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
MunDayne once again have got the UC Patriots pinned deep. Dangerous football. MunDayne can't believe it. 2 men in the airspace. Add that to the highlight reel of MunDayne being maybe 0.5 seconds away from a turnover. It feels like the 7th time it's happened this semester, and I'm probably underselling it. So many of our Eagles have been so close to these turnovers. Instead, they'll settle for a drop. A lot of deep routes. No time for those routes to develop, and it'll be 4th and 20 at the end of the 3rd, at the start of the 4th. An uphill battle for the University of the Cumberland's Patriots here. Down 2 scores. 20 yards away from resetting downs here. Gonna keep the offense out. It's do or die time here in the final quarter of play.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust.
Lock-in season for MunDayne. Moving towards a little bit closer to that line of scrimmage.
Looking for the completion. Going up
Dangerous crossing route, and he comes up with the catch. The chains move once more for the UC Patriots. More magic from way behind that first down marker. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. MunDayne can't believe it, but as long as there's that 26 yards, that 20 yards, heck, 1 yard, as we saw earlier in this game, as long as there's blades of grass between MunDayne and giving up that touchdown, there is a chance. Another one of these crossing routes. Caught out of bounds. A rare catch. Not counting. Going out of bounds. And the offense going to challenge the call.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way.
Okay, the challenge call, very rare
Again on second down after the
in Madden or in College Football 25. Goes nowhere. So the UC Patriots burn a timeout. And it'll still be 2nd and 10.
he'll just keep slinging it.
Under center, a whole lot of time, but where are you going to throw it to? Nobody's open. Only a matter of time before hands on the quarterback. Clobbered way behind the line once more. 3rd and 22. Another sack for the defense. The question hasn't been, can that defense get hands on the quarterback? That question is the secondary going to hold up? We've seen these massive TFLs be all for naught throughout this drive. MunDayne once again in a position
3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
to make passing the football difficult. Thought he had another sack. Instead, it'll be 4th and 22. Another 4th and really long for the Patriots offense.
This defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
MunDayne throwing out some flats out there. Got to watch out for these
4th down, they'll pass for it.
drag routes. 4th and 20. It's a race to that football. They've got a step. They take it all the way to the score. The defense not watching the deep ball. Had all the time they needed for that route to develop this time around.
But you had to get this part accomplished first.
MunDayne gets burned for the score. Rare time under center for the UC Patriots offense. This defense going to be tested once more. As the Patriots offense going to stay out here for the 2-point conversion. Booth review. No shot. I'm pretty sure that's going to... Yeah, the call's going to stand. We saw that slow motion replay on the top left corner of your screen, folks. Had a window. Had a chance for sure. Not 0% that was happening, but...
Is only when you have to.
MunDayne. Gotta let bygones be bygones. Lock in on the defensive side of the football here. Trying to catch somebody off sides. No, you're just asleep at the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and
2-point PAT gonna start from just a bit further out here. Try to draw somebody off sides. Maybe trying to intentionally open up some of that space. Some folks don't like operating in that congested red zone. Want to have more space for a pass play to develop. More space for some open field trickeration from the running back position. Dropping back. Got some crossing routes. Some receivers open. The speedster able to break away. The pass looked like it was dropped. The MunDayne can't believe it. No instant replay there. I'm amazed MunDayne isn't challenging that one. That is insane. We'll watch it here, everybody. Oh, MunDayne picking the play just before we can see that replay, man. I don't know how that was a catch. We will unfortunately miss the end of Adonis's game, which is unfortunate as he moves on to game 2 of his matchup. We missed the end of BigSneezy's game 2 as well. We will hopefully be able to wrangle their final scores. We will stay on board with MunDayne as he looks to close out this match. Want to catch at least one of these ends of game 1s here if we can help it, folks. So you need at least a field goal to keep this game from getting out of hand. MunDayne likes doing this. Don't chew the game clock. Make him feel every single second. Brings us to 8 seconds on the play clock. Gonna roll to the outside. You want to stay in bounds if you're MunDayne. Keep that game clock rolling in your favor. See a chew clock comes out. Again, we've seen MunDayne. Ah, he can't challenge that catch. Okay. That makes sense. That explains it, because I certainly would have tried to challenge that play. MunDayne taking his time. Don't chew clock so you have some more time to type in chat. Able to find that quick out route for the first down and more. The ability to take us to the 2-minute warning. MunDayne going to do just that. Only 2 timeouts remaining. We're not at victory formation time yet, folks, but we are very close. MunDayne, field goal could put it away, but again, he does not need to score here. He's in prime position to run out this game clock. Basically 1 first down away. He doesn't get a first down here. He'll still get us to about a minute of play through 3rd and 4th down. Oh, but an incompletion going to stop the clock. Not what the doctor ordered for MunDayne. 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped.
This defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
A kiss strategy coming out here for MunDayne. Just keep it simple, stupid. As there's that first time out, 3rd and 9. MunDayne not out of the woods yet. Again, he needs to move the chains one more time to really lock in this one. 9 yards between a guarantee at a game 1 victory. Let's see what MunDayne's got here on 3rd and 9. Got number 2. Motioned him off the go route. We got the drag route coming out instead. There's that first down and more. MunDayne not going to take the dive. Instead going to go all the way for the dagger touchdown. Not going to wait for zeros on the game clock to confirm victory. 41-29. The offense going to stay out for MunDayne as well. A couple of extra points on his way out here. Just to bring home that 2-score gap. That 14-point lead. MunDayne looking to leave with a 2-point conversion of his own. Loads of adjustments under center. That's why you make those adjustments, folks. 2-point conversion is good. Minute 47 left. MunDayne He's going to run up the game clock. He'll have to do it his next time on offense. Going to have to settle for 8 points with a minute 47 to play.
He'll take the return, try to get better field. And the
Oh my God. Oh my God. The football's popped loose. He's calling it. Surely he's calling it. 43-29's got to be your final score. And there it is. We catch one final score at least here. We bat 1 for 3. That's one way to hold it down. Go for 2. Lock it down on the other end with a user strip sack. That was MunDayne's doing, ladies and gentlemen. MunDayne bringing out the do-it-yourself kit to lock in that game 1 victory. As one moment as we get on board with Adonis here. No longer a 0-0 game for that man on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. He is firmly up 1-0 and firmly in the driver's seat on his Alabama Crimson Tide. Up 16-0. Boise State's an interesting one. You've got Ashton Genty under center. I don't believe they're the lowest ranked team we've seen so far this semester. But it's certainly close. Genty on first down. No, forgive me. I believe we saw Colorado come out in week 1. I think it was from Monster Mash. Who brought it out in week 1. And that should be the lowest ranked team we saw so far this semester. Adonis feeling good. Again, we unfortunately did not catch Adonis's or Sneezy's game 1 scores. We're at 1 for 3 on catching the ends of games here in game 1. It's tough to run a run-dominant offense in college football 25. The scores are just so absurd. The game timers are so short, and this is not where you want to be running if you're on the offensive side of the football for Bellarmine. Able to get it out of their hands before it was a loss of 1 billion. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Dangerous ball. It could have been illegal contact, certainly on the table, as it looked like Adonis was getting a little handsy with the receiver, but the ref's not going to call it. 3rd and 10 from the 24. Again, you don't really have holding in college football 25 or Madden. You just have that illegal contact call. And Adonis all over this one. You're throwing it right at that man. You got to settle for catching it out of bounds. That's a statement kind of play. You don't come up with the turnover, but you let him know I'm on you every single step of the way. Knew right where he was going to throw it to. Because he was usering that man the entire way. That was not a late swap to get hands on that football. And as we mentioned earlier, we got cut off by the play. Adonis on 1st and 10, excuse me, 1st down and 10. Hard to score a lot of points in bunches with a run-centric offense. This time, it's Adonis who needs to air out the football before getting brought down. That'll be our cue to swap, folks. You know we like to give people one chance on offense here. Just because we somehow still haven't seen BigSneezy here in his game too. He's on board with that Georgia defense.
Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you.
And just as I say that Colorado would have been the lowest ranked team, we have the Michigan Wolverines or NWOSU who are unranked. A flag on the play. So this play may be getting brought back. Defensive pass interference. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that play could get called. That had to be a CPU play. I could not catch the user or the player responsible for that, so I couldn't tell if it was Sneezy user defense, but that had to be the CPU. The interception gets waved back, and we have second and short for the Rangers. Dangerous football. You go all in for the interception, and instead, the Rangers going all the way for the score. A gamble, a late gamble at that football. He's that man wide open for the touchdown. BigSneezy, the right man, but the wrong time. Usering the safety, going all in on that interception, but comes up empty. Clobbered at the 18-yard line. Oh my god, nobody's on this, man. It's a foot race, but you gave him half the field of a head start. And that's too simple for BigSneezy. Uncovered, uncontested for the touchdown. Eviscerating that zone coverage. No one on that man. Oh my goodness. We've seen plays this semester where quarterbacks have multiple receivers open. I've never seen, we have yet to see a play where one receiver is just that open. Like they forgot about that man on the line of scrimmage. Quick response for BigSneezy here. BigSneezy got to be feeling good. Coming off that trip on offense. Want to see that momentum out here on defense. The read option. Quick slide for the gain of 9. Tough for that trickeration. Similar to the Boise State problem. If you're running a lot of plays on the ground because of these shorter quarters, this shorter game, it's tough to score a lot of points in bunches unless you've got a killer defense. It's going to be tough to score in bunches if you can't get a first down. BigSneezy holding the line. We have 3rd and inches for this Georgia squad. And bring it right back to 4th and 3. The run offense goes nowhere. Desperation mode already. 4th and 3 from your own 30. And the pass is caught. Able to move the chains. All's well that ends well for NWOSU there. They're able to keep the football in their possession. Nowhere to go for the quarterback. Only a matter of time. You got to throw the football somewhere. Just don't throw it right at the defense. BigSneezy, another takeaway in the air. The opponent is experiencing network issues. Is that what we're calling it, ladies and gentlemen? We're calling it network issues now. Oh, it actually is network issues. Okay, my apologies. That was not an early quit coming out of NWO. Okay, never mind. It was an early quit coming out of NWOSU. So they win game 2. I believe it was 21-7 there, your final score for the BigSneezy. He stays undefeated. We love to see it. Speaking of undefeated, as we transition to the MunDayne game, he's tied at 7 apiece. Adonis up 24-0. We'll try to catch the end of his game. He just scored another touchdown because you just can't guard those go routes in open space one-on-one. We've seen throughout this semester how much of a problem that is. So we will stick with MunDayne, who is not on Texas here in game 2. Ohio State, the scramble for UC. The 50-50 did not go my way as MunDayne is on Ohio State. Rare scramble out of MunDayne. We do not see too much out of that man from the scramble category. They're going to hand it off to his running back for the gain of 4.
second down, looking again to throw.
2nd and 6, a tight window. MunDayne makes magic happen. He can't believe it either. He can't believe it either. Finally, the 0.5 seconds working in his favor on offense. Been 0.5 seconds away from all sorts of turnovers going his way on defense. This time the 0.5 away, that tight window. Able to slot it right in for the 1st and goal. Look for this tight end here to part the seas, depending on this. Oh, he motions him out to the drag route. Still going to be a dangerous target here. MunDayne finds him. Not looking to throw him into the trees with that corner route. Instead, the drag going to move us just a bit further upfield. 2nd and goal from the 6. Couple of dangerous options. Let's see how the running back route develops. Instead, MunDayne to the far side of the field. A dangerous football. Got to settle for the incompletion. Throwing wow on the move. Tough cover for MunDayne to make their 3rd and goal from the 6. Gonna bring it to the running back. Room service with that offensive line. Not enough for the touchdown. Instead, it'll be 4th and goal from the 1. See what MunDayne's got. They're going to do some damage to the air at the 1-yard line. Got to find one of these streaking receivers open. No one's open on that side of the field, and it's incomplete. So tough break for MunDayne there. 4th down from the 1. The mesh offense goes nowhere. So tough for that mesh offense. If you roll out, you just got to hedge your bets. You chose the right side on that right side of the field. Everyone was covered. Not sure how it looked on that left side. But it'll be 1st and 10 from the 1. All the same, don't throw it right back to the defense. MunDayne nearly walked into the end zone before the camera even flipped all the way. MunDayne coming right back with the takeaway on his first play on defense there. A lot of defensive takeaways from our post-university Eagles here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stellar play on the offensive side as always, but the defenses have been locked in. More keep it simple, stupid. Just run it on 1st down. Once again, shut down at the 1-yard line. MunDayne knocking on heaven's door. So far, the UC Patriots telling them no one's home.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
Oh, the QB sneak.
And I don't think he got in. Those big
Oh my goodness.
just creating a wall at the goal line.
That was close. Looked like you had some forward progression, which is why it didn't count as a TFL. 3rd and goal from the 1. MunDayne can't crack this defense. The UC Patriots line holding strong here. Just 1 yard of grass between them and the score. Oh, the run offense gets blown up. 4th and goal from the 5 now. MunDayne calling their bluff. We're still going all in on the offensive side of the football here. Would be an impressive stand for the UC Patriots. 2 4th down stops from their own 5. Got to come up with a stop here on 4th and 5 to do just that. Instead, no, they come up with the stop once more. The tight end 1 yard short of the football. 1 yard short of the touchdown. MunDayne's playing defense from the 1 yard line once more. An amazing stop from the UC Patriots. What could have been 21-7. Instead, we're still all tied up. A tremendous break for the Patriots. We want to see him capitalize with something more than throwing the football right back to the defense. Running the football, one way to do just that. 2nd and 6 from the 4. A little bit more airspace. Maybe not as terrified of giving up a sack. It's hard to be worried about giving up a sack with Jalen Milroe, under center. Such a slippery cover. And once again, another run play to get to the 7. Another way to avoid interceptions. Don't throw the football. That's 3 passing attempts in a quarter and a half for the Patriots offense. They're taking no chances. That one incompletion, an interception. So I can understand why they're looking to move this football to the ground. Doing some damage through the air that time. That pass broken up. We have 4th down. We'll catch this 4th down conversion. We'll double check how Adonis is doing. We'll hopefully catch their final scores. He should still be cruising through the Bellarmine Knights. I haven't watched too much Adonis this week just because of just how dominant he's been. This time, the late tackle not going to be enough to knock the football loose. But they're going to stay on the defensive side of the football that time. No turnover on downs. As Adonis is still definitely doing his thing. 2 points are good. We talked about it throughout the semester. That score differential gonna matter, especially for Adonis because he took that forfeit loss. So he's gonna, even if he has a tremendous remainder of the season, jostling for postseason standings is all but a guarantee for that man. But again, you're running up the score on opponents like this, you will be the greatest 6-1 player of all time, especially because the loss came from a forfeit loss, so you didn't actually concede any points against that score differential. Paralyzed under center before being brought down. 54-0. We'll stick with Adonis. It's the first half, but you wonder when the early forfeit white flag will be waved. We saw BigSneezy, a couple of hard-hitting plays on both sides of the football, back to back, broke the will of NWOSU, threw him out of the game a little early. Wonder where that'll happen for Adonis here. Another timeout. Adonis letting him know, I'm up 54-0, but we need this football back. The points don't stop just because we're up by 54 points. MunDayne looking to lock in. First half of this two-sided coin. You want a big stop on defense. Instead, the chain's going to continue to be moved. Genty continuing to make motion out to about midfield. Going to get us to halftime, so all's well that ends well for that Adonis defense. We will see the possession arrow here going Adonis's way. We have not had too much of the tail of the tape with Adonis this week because of just how dominant he's been. We'll hopefully see some stats. Has he been winning on offense? Has he been winning through a high-powered defense? Knowing him, it's probably a little bit of both. We've seen just how many points he can come up with. Your second leading scorer per Post University behind Sneezy's 2 80-point games. 79-19 in regular time in week 2. And of course, the 73-8 half stuff of legend for Adonis. Looking to continue to write that story. 2nd and 1, the chip block. Gonna bring him just short of the first down. And again, a run-centric offense. If your defense isn't elite, and it's so tough to have a strong defense in college football 25, you put a lot of pressure on your run defense to score in bunches and quickly. A little bit easier to score with a 50-yard bomb through the air than find windows on the line of scrimmage for 50-yard gains. One of the reasons why Boise State doesn't quite translate to college football 25. Third and short out to Genty again, but Adonis is all over that one. Adonis continuing to cook with gas, folks. 4th and 6, the punting unit comes out. Adonis with a window on the right sideline. Quickly shut down, or it can get out of hand. See if we can't find some tail of the tape here. We're going to see a one-play touchdown out of Adonis. Secondary moving back. They do not want that sort of smoke. Milrow facing pressure under center immediately. Still able to break out for the first down and more, but it's knocked away. Would have been a tremendous extension of the play for Adonis. We talked about Jalen Milrow, such a tough cover under center, especially if you've got some eyes about you as you watch the pocket collapse. A dangerous ball, but too simple for Adonis all the way to the score. You saw him using that reticle. Placing the ball where only his receiver can get it. You just need a step with that, man. He's able to take it all the way to the touchdown. 60-0 for Adonis there. You've got to bring help from up top. You've got to bring help from the secondary. Time and time again, we've seen our post-university Eagles here have a man with a step take it all the way to the touchdown. Tight window for the 2-point conversion, but it's good all the same for Adonis. 62-0 here in the third quarter. We'll take a brief break. We'll stick with Adonis unless MunDayne's game has gotten absurdly close. 14-7. They still got lots of time left. But this is firmly Bellarmine pack watch. You wonder if the early forfeit is going to come in, if we'll catch an early final score. 62-0. We'll watch to the end of the third quarter. And then we'll swap back to MunDayne. His game a little bit closer. 14-7 midway through the second quarter. As ladies and gentlemen, hope you've been enjoying tonight's coverage of College Football 25. Rare that we can say this, because usually the other match we have on tonight is long over by the time we're done. But got Rocket League starting on the sister channel, Post2 Esports 2. In just about 10 minutes, we'll drop the link in chat once they're live, and we'll rate them once we are done with the action tonight. Still a lot of action. Adonis looking to make some motion on the defensive side of the football. An easy pick six. That's the danger of throwing underneath. If the defense is onto it, there might be no one home to stop it from going all the way to the score. 68-0 your score right now. There's the network connection issues. Might see 68-0 your final here. So that might be all she wrote. Doesn't look like it. May have thought about it. Gonna stay on the field here. The 2-point conversion. Jalen Milrow. Dangerous under center with those legs. 70 bomb for Adonis here in game 2. As again, we'll stay to the end of the third. 382 passing yards. Not even in the fourth quarter. Statistical absurdity from Adonis. For him, it's regularly scheduled programming. Again, besides his forfeit L he took in week 4, the man has been on a tear. Second and 9. Genty able to find a gap. Maybe a bit too much for one running back to do alone out here. 70-0. Bellerman at this point just playing for the score differential. Gonna certainly matter for them as they'll be dropping in the standings just a little bit following this game. A score differential goes from the back of your mind when you're having an elite season, gets a little bit closer to the forefront as you get closer to the end of the season, and a little bit lower in the standings. Run out to Genty. Adonis all over that one. Had the whole line well aware of what was happening under center that time. That'll bring us to the end of the third, folks. Not GG's for Adonis, but again, we'll be sticking with MunDayne the rest of the way. We'll try to catch that final score. Fingers crossed, folks, as I'll look to keep a little corner of Adonis in the corner of our setup here, just so that way we can catch it. As soon as it happens, we can at least say what the final score is. If we don't end up catching it on screen.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. The give to the
MunDayne under center.
These little gains can
Got a timeout in his back pocket. He will need to go the length of the field in a play. No pressure.
use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
The final other timeouts, whatever MunDayne's got cooking, needs to be
Play of the half.
spicy, to say the least. His opponent not coming up in the man 3 prevent. The run right up the middle going to go nowhere.
The stop, and that is the end of the first half. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half.
This game far from over for MunDayne as we approach the start of the second half.
Through the end zone, they'll bring it out to the 25.
MunDayne in the driver's seat.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Tight
You see Patriots looking to wrestle control here, their first play of the second half.
game at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments.
And a timeout from UC Patriots on the very first down of the first half, or the second half, excuse me.
To set the tone here.
Interesting decision, to say the least, that they thought they couldn't audible
Confidence and get your
from whatever mess they'd gotten themselves into. 1st and 10.
complexity of this game.
He wants to
Under center, the deep ball. The receiver's got a step, and MunDayne can't get there. Don't bring secondary help. Williams can be a problem. We've seen Adonis do it to great effect throughout this semester. This time it's MunDayne on the wrong end of a deep ball
I got to step on him. He got to step on
to number 2 for Alabama.
perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again.
It's Adonis up 78-0
It'll be a touchback.
with 3 minutes 24 to go in their game. We may still be able to catch the end of it. Doesn't look like any forfeit shenanigans are occurring just yet.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Quarterback checking the play. Looking downfield, it's Howard.
MunDayne under center. The short route going to be good for the 1st and more.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
That's a really nice throw. When you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you, this is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field.
And they're going to do some damage to the air once more.
That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this
That
offense
quick
to
post route, that quick go route from the slot receiver.
And this center downs gets started from the
Very dangerous if you're not aware from a middle linebacker position. MunDayne able to do some damage with just that. This time the middle linebacker well aware it's a user interception.
and he's
MunDayne, you cannot say that. This is a friendly, this is a PG stream MunDayne. He's not happy about that one. He gives up the interception in a tie game.
Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Got to lock in. We got to put the dinner away for sure with how close this game is here. MunDayne doesn't want a game 3.
Wants to throw on first down.
And Milroe going to be brought down under center.
And those outside linebackers,
A tough cover with those wheels.
they got to cover ground.
MunDayne's still able to get hands on the quarterback.
And they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
And still got to lock in. Game far from over. We saw in game 1
Wants to
how
fire.
quickly the Patriots are able to respond. This time MunDayne all over it, able to bat it away.
Tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job.
And they got to stay locked in. Can't get beat up mentally that you didn't come up with that takeaway. The game far from over. 3rd and 16. Still more defense to be played.
Up that arm.
Linebacker under center. Got to pick your poison.
Reels it in down the
No right answers on that test for MunDayne. Had the man under center and the wide receiver streaking towards the left sideline.
Downfield, go completely uncovered.
Covered short and the offense went long. 1st and 10 from the 42.
They'll throw it on first down.
MunDayne goes deep.
The middle, it's Williams.
Patriots go underneath.
He was loose.
Now we have 1st and 10 from the 19.
On his way.
We'll drop the link to Post UE Sports 2 in chat because they should be starting just about any minute now in their game. Should be a Rocket League best of 5. That's always good to see. Best of luck to our Post University Eagles
Motion, trying to get the defense to show its
on the
hand.
virtual car soccer field. As meanwhile on the virtual college football field, MunDayne burned through the air a couple of times. Gotta lock in with the out route. Williams one-on-one. Such a tough cover. MunDayne gets burned once more.
Ready to try the point after.
The PAT does not go their way. We will take a brief break to, at long last, finally catch the end of MunDayne's game. Or end of Adonis's game, excuse me. Calm 78-0 for Adonis against the Bellarmine Knights. Excuse me, we still have the MunDayne audio playing, so we had to bring it down. But absolute domination for Adonis in his matchup tonight against Bellarmine. Again, the question, how do you respond? What kind of team are you after the forfeit L? Still very much the same team. Adonis looking to join them. Got to take a bit of a harder path up here in the rarefied, undefeated air. Sneezy able to keep his undefeated season alive. MunDayne gonna have to battle back down a score midway through the 3rd to do the same. We will bring his game sound back into the mix here.
Throws to the wide
Under
out.
setter, got a man in the middle of the field.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. His leadership
Excuse me,
is
these deep corner, these deep post routes.
You don't see him put a lot of balls
Problem
on
for
the
both
ground.
sides of the
Nice job there picking up the first
field to stop in this matchup.
They'll throw it on first down. Going deep.
Paying that post route
That one's incomplete. We're taking
overthrew the man. It'll be 2nd and 10. Had a chance for a score there.
aggressive with throwing the go ball.
Said you got to go back to the drawing board.
Better job in coverage defensively forces the incomplete.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10.
Go route on the right side of your screen could be an option.
To throw. Fires to
MunDayne gonna find the safe pass underneath, but it's broken up.
This is some physical pass defense.
Looked a little too easy, and that's why.
Route, but it was the hit
Not gonna be good for the first. Instead, we'll have 3rd and 10. MunDayne's gotta lock in.
Facing a
No doubt about it. Only player to be down a score all of tonight. Memory serves me correct. I don't believe Sneezy was ever down. He was tied.
From the gun, wants to pass.
And Adonis dominating the whole game. Was never down either. MunDayne,
Really nice job there by
cool,
both
calm, and
sides.
collected. Able to move the chains.
To work that defense and get the first down.
Still 31 yards between MunDayne and a tie game.
He wants to throw.
Their center once more.
It's Ibuka. And good
Underneath the
coverage by
defense, just a gain of 3.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop
Yards
the
are yards.
They're gonna have
In a
to
tough
figure something
matchup,
out to bracket
like
them.
MunDayne's got here.
Two bodies around and maybe get some safety help as well.
Not going to be
Right
one-play
now,
touchdowns like we
do
saw in
not have
Adonis's
the
matchup
answer for this guy.
earlier tonight.
Quarterback will audible.
Let's see what MunDayne's got. On second and medium. Texas route out of the backfield. Gonna get broken up. UC have been packing the box. It has been tough for MunDayne to find these weak spots underneath.
Feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time.
These underneath routes, these drag routes, that short juke route to Ibuka earlier in the game, a couple plays earlier. Look at that once more. He hits his hand, but it's broken up. The box is packed. The secondary is brought in. No one's going short right now. MunDayne not going short either, going all in. We're going to keep the offense out on 4th and 7. Gut check for MunDayne here on 4th down. A lot of time under center. Able to put it where only his man can get it for the first down. Cool, calm, and collected.
It's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been
Once again, these crossing routes, if you have time for them to develop, can be dangerous. Especially with how the UC Patriots have just been packing the box on defense. On play on 1st down. No goal line stand this time for the Patriots. MunDayne gonna get us all tied up. Still in this game. Far from over as we approach the end of the 3rd quarter. MunDayne has had ice in his veins throughout this semester. Undefeated in college football 25. But he's gone to a couple of extra periods. He's gone to OT in week 3. He's able to claw out that victory. Not been the easiest road for MunDayne. He's persevered so far. He's got to continue to make something out of nothing here on defense. It's Stick not going to knock the football loose. Got to settle for 2nd and 4.
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back and forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
MunDayne no longer on out in the secondary. They're going to get active right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe looking to draw someone off sides. UC could take us all the way to the 4th if they'd like. MunDayne's still locked in. I want to catch them if they're looking to sneak out with either an offsides or one last play. Instead, it'll be all the way to the 4th quarter. All tied up. Wealth of adjustments under center for MunDayne here on 2nd and 4. Looking to bait the offsides. No, it'll be a delay of game. A little too patient. Interesting decision. MunDayne homie stalking. First one's free. Not gonna give up the. Not gonna enforce the delay of game penalty there. Wealth of adjustments coming out of the UC Patriots this time. With Milroe under center, able to snap the football with plenty of time here. MunDayne rocking a hard place. Had the drag route. Had the man coming out of the backfield. Can't be in two places at once. Patriots able to capitalize.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome
Play
job
action. No, running out to the running back.
to make points.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and
I'm going to get him to 2nd and 2.
they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Could leave him with a field goal. Would be huge. It's been tough to stop either of these offenses. That ball, a tough catch. Clobbered immediately after the catch. Still able to hold on to move the chains.
They're set up with another first down. He's looking to throw it.
In that middle linebacker position. Do we have 2 feet? We do not have 2 feet in bounds.
Bad news on that play. It's
Oh, wait. We did have 2 feet in bounds, so we're going to booth review.
Look at this one.
They were able to flip the field, and it's turned over.
You know the standard is indisputable video
Wow.
evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Tide with
The
the
call going to get turned over. And UC Cumberland able to, or U Cumberland able to flip the field. Little help from the Zebras. Booth review getting them right inside the red zone here.
He's gonna pass. Trying to get to it.
Oh, Milroe too patient. The Patriots again. Milroe's a threat to be scrambling out of any pocket that collapses around him.
red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal,
Instead, you take the sack for a loss of 9.
creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Gotta stay locked in. Again, the TFL has never stopped this UC Patriots defense so far in this matchup. Oh, but what about 2 TFLs? Instead, able to shed the coverage. Jaden Milroe out in space. I'm pretty sure that is an illegal forward pass. Yeah, there it is. Milroe a little too loose with the football. Illegal forward pass. Gonna get waved back. Brought back even further. 3rd and 24. Milroe a little flustered under center. UC getting a little trigger happy after making the first man miss.
Or just a little bit bigger.
3rd and humongous
Coming on 3rd and long.
for the UC Patriots. Hasn't stopped them before.
Runners are gonna bail. On 3rd and long,
No pressure on Milroe. One man able to get to him. We have 4th and long.
couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Field goal unit coming out. This will be a pretty makeable field goal, and it will leave MunDayne in the driver's seat.
Has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Gonna be good for 3 points. MunDayne scores a touchdown. This game can be all she wrote. 3 minutes left to play.
All field goals are
Perfect offensive possession if MunDayne can score as the clock hits 0.
they just seem to carry so
But points are points. Can't be too greedy here.
credit getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights. All the pressure, all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
Gotta go to your money makers. The offensive engine struggling that last time downfield. Want to see some magic on 1st down?
Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish.
Might have seen it depending on your definition of magic. A gain of 5 for MunDayne on 1st.
Runs in on this drive to really jack him up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position.
Running it once more. Not able to turn the corner. The block shed
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be
as the Patriots able to make the tackle.
And listen, the offensive line has to
University of the Cumberlands
the running back understanding where his hole is.
giving up 1 first down. Let's see what they've got
Mess around
on 1st and 10.
his hole, getting positive.
Another 5-yard gain for MunDayne, as he'll be able to take us to the 2-minute timeout. All but guaranteed with only 6 seconds on the play clock.
We have reached the 2-minute warning.
Do or die time for MunDayne. He's in the driver's seat. As long as we don't throw a turnover. He's not in field goal range yet.
2nd down coming up. The receivers off and will run
But he's got the keys to the car now. The question is, where can he drive out here? How difficult are the UC Patriots going to make him to get some space? The breakaway. Missed timing on the route on what would have been a huge gain if it connected. Instead, it's 3rd and 5.
Already seen him throw passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots.
You see, packing the box. We're bringing a cornerback in, an extra man. MunDayne all over it. May audible to the pass play to find an open man. This man incredibly open, able to move the chains. Elite adjustment. You don't want to play your hand that easily if you're the UC Patriots. You motion a cornerback all the way to the line of scrimmage. You are daring them to throw at you. MunDayne firmly in the driver's seat here. A minute left to play. Loss of 1. You are in field goal range, although it's a long one. Saw the target yet line there. Want to be at about the 33. So right now, a tough field goal. Just knocking on the door of a makeable one. Far from out of the woods yet, especially with 5 timeouts still left to be thrown out in this game. Calm throw under center, the corner route. Able to move the chains. You're MunDayne, you're walking a tightrope. 56 seconds left in this game. Timeouts yet to be coming out from the UC Patriots, but you are still pretty far from score range here. Another run on first down for a short gain. 2nd and 5. There's that second timeout from the UC Patriots. MunDayne, you don't want to take any chances. Throw a late interception. Instead, going to run right up the gut. 1st and goal at the 4. MunDayne in the driver's seat, but we've seen UC come up with stops at the goal line. 3 timeouts in MunDayne's back pocket. All but guarantee at least overtime. As long as he doesn't throw an interception. Run on first down. But for a gain of 1. You can go 1 yard at a time. You'll score on 4th down, a nail biter. Not exactly sure if that's how MunDayne wants to run things here. 25 seconds left to play. 2nd and goal. You wonder if they're going all in on the run here on the defensive side of the football. MunDayne going to go all in on the run. Going to get brought down. A loss of 1 for 3rd and short. 12 seconds left. MunDayne thinking in the back of his mind, you can go for the pass. We've seen him give up a 91-yard pick 6 from this exact same spot earlier in this matchup. Gotta be precise. Do not want to throw an interception at all costs if you're MunDayne. That'll guarantee the L here. Under center, but no one's open. Looking for the scramble, but it's brought down. You have the field goal here for sure. And MunDayne gonna take the certainty. Had a timeout as well in his back pocket, so he could have adjusted. Just take the safe points. Don't overcomplicate anything here, folks. Your MunDayne, take a deep breath. Game is far from over. MunDayne going to his 2nd overtime of the semester.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive.
Deep man 3 prevent. And 3 deep prevent defense. As long as you don't give up a 1-play score, we're going to OT. Some classic 4 verts. Able to shed 1 defender, not able to shed 2. We got overtime, folks. Golden goal. Not exactly golden goal. The staring contest. Both teams going to get chances on offense. The first person to score and then come up with a stop will be the winner. You score a field goal, the opponent can come in and score a touchdown to win the game. Both teams on defense come up with stops. Overtime continues. So a lot of pressure on your defense to be elite. Especially from this starting position. Field goals all but guaranteed. So you want to keep your offense hot. and ready to punch home scores for touchdowns. 1st and 10. I'm going to find a gap right up the middle, nearly a one-play touchdown. Instead, it's 1st and goal from the 1, and that's been MunDayne's kryptonite. Right at heaven's door, knocking on heaven's door like we mentioned earlier. But UC have done a really good job of keeping him locked out. Again, a goal line stand to even get to overtime in the first place. Play action, but he swallowed up, nearly had it turned over. And that's what we're talking about, folks. The goal line defense has been elite for UC so far in this matchup. Got a problem all game for MunDayne, and it's rearing its ugly head here in overtime. Gotta find some magic here on offense on the goal line. Able to find the window open for the score. MunDayne wipe the sweat off of the brow, man. That is a tough one. You get the proverbial monkey off your back here. Now the pressure on your defense to convert. Ooh, everybody wipe our brow, folks. Starting off overtime correct. Now MunDayne, pressure to come up with a stop here and put this game away.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown.
First play under center on defense for MunDayne here. Again, UC need to come up with a touchdown to keep this play in overtime going.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. Maybe you want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies.
2nd and short. Gotta watch out. Hand's gonna come on the quarterback. Milroe is loose, but he is running way too back. Intentional grounding. Oh my goodness. The 3rd potential sack that's been evaded by Mr. Milroe under center for the UC Patriots. A tough cover. Got to bring more than one man to bring number 4 down for the Patriots. They live to fight another day. 3rd and 2. Here at the 17-yard line. More pressure coming at the quarterback. It's 4th and 17. A huge sack on what could be the penultimate play of this overtime. 4th and 17 here in the extra period. Any stop and MunDayne will lock in the 2-0 sweep. A lot of time under center. They're going to rifle it to the defense. And this game is over, ladies and gentlemen. MunDayne going to run it out to the right sideline. Needed an extra period to do it. But MunDayne able to come up with the victory all the same, ladies and gentlemen. 38-31 is your final score. A nail biter to end us off tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it for our time this week, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Sandwich. We hope y'all enjoyed tonight's coverage of College Football 25. We will bring it on over to our sister channel. As they've got some Rocket League action. Late start for them tonight. So a rare sight. We've got more esports action following tonight's college football broadcast. We hope y'all enjoy. Again, my name has been Sandwich. Y'all have a great evening. Same time, same place next week. We'll see you there.